We know Colin and Justin have embraced Canadian living with one of our favorite pastimes, cottaging. Take a look.
Details, it's just a designer's idea.
These designers say take off the trim and de-dress the front
I
a little
don't know, a
bit.
little bit of Val d'Isère.
I don't want to be living in a massive Toblerone. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
That's different than anything you've seen, isn't it?
Yeah, it's completely and utterly different. Again, it's all about the atmosphere. You walk in here, it's almost like a big hug. Oh, wow.
Can you see this?
You can imagine some bedwetting grandmother quilting herself towards an early grave. Meanwhile, wedding dresses for curtains, my favourite top tip.
Nice. It's like the room's kind of in
Isn't it?
mourning or waiting to be wedded.
Or both at one time.
Exactly.
Oh, this is more like it. Brilliant ceiling height, and I totally love these big buttress beams. They're just amazing. It's got its own little deck.
Gorgeous.
Oh, this is just absolutely, totally, 100% colossally.
This is the awesome thing about cottages. There's so much natural, beautiful architecture you can work with. And we've been talking about sort of dressing it up, not treating it like the dingy basement, but making your cottage really homey. And these sorts of pieces can really help you do that.
Yeah, they really can.
All it takes is some nice decor items. These cushions are beautiful. This is all Colin and Justin stuff,
It
which
is, yep.
I love your stuff.
Cheers, Tracy. You can find it in stores like Home Sense and
Yeah.
Winners and Marshalls. And again, we've tried to play with a similar colourway that we talked about earlier on, the green touches. But again, Tamara talked about not being too stressed about mixing your shades.
That's right.
These little mirrored boxes in various colours actually work really nicely. And the graphic rugs, all of these things that you can add to the cottage feel with, but just take it off in a more modern direction.
Yeah. What is it that you like the best about being at the cottage? Is it the lack of noise? Is it the fact that you can spend quality time? Do you turn off all of your tech devices? Do you play Scrabble? Do you drink heavily? What do you do?
You know what, listen, your cottage should be your health spa, your escape, you know, and for us, that's what we were looking for. Now, there's a lot of studies that have been done about people who work in the city. You know, you become stressed, you become depressed because of your lack of exposure to nature.
Yes.
You know, so we get up to the cottage and suddenly you're aware of the seasons. You look outside, you want to see if the moon's there, you know, what's happening with the weather, and you just become a bit more connected, you know. So I
Yeah.
think when we were looking for a cottage, we didn't want something that you had a little peek at our cottage there, and it's before incarnation. We didn't want something that looked like a city house. We wanted something that was the most North American escapist building we could find, and it was a log cabin.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm very confused, and I'm not trying to judge anyone, but there are so many people who have big housing, like mansions in cottage country.
Yeah, yeah.
It's strange to me because you could actually have that anywhere.
Yeah.
Why do that in you know, in nature? Why not
We
have something that
completely
fits in a little bit better?
For us, Tracy, it's all about finding our little spot in the forest, and we found
Yeah.
a gorgeous, cute little private lake with a rundown house that just needed a bit of love to bring it back together. And you know, respect anybody who wants to do it a different way. You know, some people want the big McMansion beside the lake, but for us, that's kind of like moving to the suburbs with all your neighbours kind of stuck on half a yard away. We wanted that
No
complete
offence to the
rural.
suburbs
No,
out there.
no, of course not.
Nope.
But it's just like rural. I mean, we live in the suburbs in Glasgow.
Yeah.
It's just like rural abandon. That's what we wanted. We
Yeah.
wanted to escape from all of this stuff that identifies as city boys or suburban boys, and then just chuck it all beside the lake, get our
Totally.
cosy on and dive in and swim away.
It's insane,
Nice.
isn't it? And then, you know, if you have a cottage, you know, you Canadians know this, you get strange phone calls. Like someone sent us a text the other day, oh my goodness, we've got wolf tracks. And you're like, we've got wolf tracks.
I love that.
We've got, and you just think, oh, that's so cool. And
That
they
is
think,
cool.
you're such a nutter. You know, like, you should be worried about that. We're so British. There's a bear. Let's take a picture.
Run for your lives and be scared.
Exactly. You know.
That's great. Well, Cabin Pressure, which is your new show, is going to premiere tomorrow evening at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's on the Cottage Life Network. I'm sure you're going to have a ton of fun with that.
Cheers.
It's always a party with these two.
Always a party.
Let's go to break. We got more coming up. Stay with us.